Hello everyone and welcome back to the Booby Tarot. I am your Dark Empress and I am here with this weekend's collective love reading. As always, we keep what resonates and leave the rest. All right, my loves, let's take a deeper look at what energy is coming through for this collective this weekend, because the spread I have in front of me actually tells a very interesting story. I pulled the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the World, and the Hierophant in reverse. And immediately, I'm getting this feeling that there is something that has been developing beneath the surface. We start with the High Priestess, and she's a beautiful card to open a love reading with because she tells me that not everything is being revealed now. There could be secrets, there could be unspoken feelings, there could be something that your person isn't telling you yet. But I don't necessarily feel this is an automatically negative thing. The High Priestess can also represent that inner quiet knowing, that feeling that you have in your gut when you don't have all the facts, but something inside you is saying, pay attention. There is more to this story. So if you've been feeling like something is happening behind the scenes, I would say don't dismiss your intuition. But at the same time, don't allow your imagination to fill in all the blanks either. Let the truth reveal itself. Because what's interesting now is that immediately after the High Priestess, we have the Knight of Swords. And this is a completely different energy. The High Priestess is quiet. The Knight of Swords is not. This is somebody who can suddenly decide, enough, I'm going to do something about this. So there could be a sudden message, a conversation, somebody rushing towards you. Perhaps somebody finally speaking their mind or someone taking action after a period of silence. And because a Knight of Swords can be impulsive, this could happen much faster than you expect. Then we get to the heart of your reading. Literally sitting in the center is the Nine of Cups. This is where I really like the energy here in your reading. The Nine of Cups can represent emotional satisfaction, happiness, pleasure, and wish fulfillment. So for some of you, something you've been hoping for in your love life could finally begin to manifest. Maybe you've been waiting for communication. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to make a move. Perhaps you've been hoping for reconciliation, or you've simply been hoping to feel emotionally fulfilled again. And the Nine of Cups says, there is potential for your heart to receive something it's been wanting. But then we move into the World. And the World tells me that whatever has been happening isn't going to continue exactly the same way. There's a cycle coming to completion. For some people, this could literally mean the end of a relationship or situation. For others, it could mean the end of confusion, waiting, uncertainty, or repeating the same emotional pattern. And that's important because sometimes we think a cycle ending means we're losing something, but the World isn't really about loss. It's about completion. You've learned what you needed to learn. You've experienced what you needed to experience, and now you're ready for something different. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse, which I think is very interesting as your final card, especially in this love reading, because the Hierophant upright represents tradition, structure, commitment, established beliefs, and doing things according to what is expected. In reverse, we're breaking the mold. We're questioning the rules. We're saying, why does this have to look like everyone else's relationship? So for some of you, the next phase of your love life may not follow the traditional path you expected. Maybe someone doesn't want to do things the conventional way. Perhaps a relationship is developing in an unconventional way. Someone is questioning what commitment means to them, or maybe you are finally realizing that you don't need to follow somebody else's definition of what love is supposed to look like. And honestly, I think that's one of the strongest messages here, because looking at the progression, the High Priestess, listen to yourself, the Knight of Swords, something moves. The Nine of Cups, emotional fulfillment. The World, the old cycle closes. And the Hierophant in reverse, the new chapter doesn't have to follow the old rules. That's powerful. So if you've been waiting for something to change in your love life, this weekend may bring movement. But I wouldn't tell you to chase it. The High Priestess comes first for a reason. Listen, observe, and feel. Let the other person show you what they're doing. And if somebody suddenly comes rushing towards you with a communication or an offer, don't immediately react from excitement or fear. Remember, you've just completed a cycle. Ask yourself whether this new energy actually belongs in the new chapter you're creating. Because sometimes the universe gives us something we've been asking for. But we're supposed to decide whether it still fits the person we've become. And that Nine of Cups sitting in between the Knight of Swords and the World, this makes me feel like there's a very real possibility that something emotionally satisfying is coming in. But the Hierophant in reverse still says, don't assume it has to look the way you originally imagined it. Love may surprise you. Your person may surprise you. And you may even surprise yourself with what you're willing or no longer willing to accept. So this weekend, collective, trust your intuition. Don't chase, don't force. Don't try to control how the story unfolds. Watch what happens, because there is movement here. There is emotional fulfillment here. There is completion here. And there's a very strong message that the next chapter is not supposed to be a repeat of the last one. And if somebody comes towards you this weekend, listen to what they say, but even more importantly, watch what they do. I'm going to take your reading into the extended, where we're going to dig in a little deeper into the cards, and I'll pull clarifications on certain cards, and then I will do an overall energy read. And of course, as always, I'm going to pull one card for each zodiac sign for a little message, a little perhaps advice for your love energy this weekend. If you want to follow along, follow the link in my bio or below, and I'll see you all there. If this is where we part ways, thank you as always for being here with me. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video so I can continue to provide free readings and reach those that really need to hear this message. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all soon.